Hello, I am Malaceo. Welcome to my channel. Today is marking day 5 for Vlogmas, and pretty much I am just going to be recapping my time here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So it's going to be pretty simple and sweet. Like I've been working, continuously working or continuing my work from when I was in Bangkok and what I started in Bangkok. So I pretty much finished everything. I would say a little bit over a month ago. No, not even a month yet. I would say 2 weeks ago now that I finished everything up, and I started I continued my workout routine. At least the place that I'm here at now. The other place had a gym, but it was like really small, and I don't like being really cramped in. And a lot of people was using the amenities at the place that I was staying at before this one. But even the place that I'm at now is like out the way a little bit from like the center part of the city. It is in the city limits of Kuala Lumpur, but it's like, a little bit out the way. But let's talk about like lifestyle. Like even though I can like touch bases a little bit with it, and I might have more to say later, but I can already say that this is like my least liked place, to be honest. I feel like on the basis it's it's a Muslim religious based country, so yeah, it's like the covering and stuff like that. But it's like, even when me covering myself and stuff like that, it's like, it's not like I haven't been looked at or stared at any other place that I've been, but I think it's definitely more. Even like how I have like my arms out, I wouldn't even have my arms out. There's times that even if I was just going downstairs to a 7-Eleven, I would put on like a light jacket over this. Like I'm saying, like all you could see is my hands, like my neck here up, and maybe my toes because I'm wearing sandals. Most of the time I put on shoes. So I don't want to hear no, oh well, were you dressed up? Like don't do that. So it's a little bit like, I do feel like there is cause I can't say like what the people are really from. Like it's very, very mixy here. So I don't know if they're Malaysian, if they're Indian, if they're like from, I don't know, any other country in like Southeast Asia. But I don't know that much about Malaysia. I still don't know that much about Malaysia because all I did was like work my whole time being here. But I knew that it was like very mixed as a culture, and even with far as like, phenotypes and like or whatever. But I think it's a good place to come when you want to sit down and work. And I did come here for that, to come, work, have a nice place to stay, and just decompress after I get done working. So that's checked, that's done, that's good. But it's hard for me to be able to walk around the city. The walkability around here is not that great, in my personal opinion. Well, it's not, because I was at this one place, and for me to even get across the street, there was like no sidewalks. Like I literally had to get a Grab, like a car, to come and pick me up, to pretty much take me across the road. Like, and it wasn't even like a super like highway and stuff. Like there's options. Like, and I get it. There's even like the demographic with being in like places like Vietnam, or even like Thailand, but I think Vietnam would probably be like considered the worst, where it's like the traffic is forever flowing. But at least when you're walking out into the traffic, there's some leadway, and it's mostly motorbikes. So it's only so much that's going to happen to you, and versus a whole highway with multiple lanes full of cars, like highways. So ain't nobody trying to cross no highway like a highway to go to like a museum or to even see what's going on. And then it's like you have to the best way I can put it is that you have to pre-plan your travel days here. Me as a solo slow traveler, that's just not gonna necessarily, that's just not how I was living my free travel life. Like I just go somewhere and I just walk. Like you can go to like downtown, very, very, very touristy area, and you can like walk. But even then, there's places where the sidewalks don't continue. The sidewalks aren't even there. Versus, let's just say like Bangkok or Thailand. I mean, like, well, Bangkok or Vietnam. Some places, especially in Vietnam, they will use the sidewalk for everything but a sidewalk. But they still give you leeway. It's like a mental space that the people leave for people that are going to step off of the sidewalk, or there's no sidewalk, so they leave a part of the road where people can walk. And it's just like a common like courtesy. But I get it, like you don't necessarily, like you can't necessarily do that with cars, you know. But I'm just saying like some of the differences that I've noticed. And to be honest, I've never seen nobody ride no bike in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. So yeah, I think that's just like a really big part of it, because I know that that's a whole thing, especially in the States, especially down south. Is that same thing where you have to pick up and drive to go anywhere. And even when you're trying to explore and you see a place aside, like, you know, on the other side of the road, if you are trying to walk, or even if you're driving, then you gotta go in, you gotta merge. And it's almost like a cross of like New Jersey, if you guys ever been, where it gives like, it's not really a turnpike, but it gives turnpike, like how they go and do like the like roundabouts and like the loops to come back up. Like it's not like a full turnpike, but it got that vibe and that feel to it. And I'm like, yeah. But like I said, I'm also in my resting stage. So to be honest, I didn't have that type of energy to be like, yeah, let me go and, you know, do this and just keep on walking and stuff like that. So yeah, like I just feel like, I won't say that I came at the wrong time, because I did do what I needed to do for her, is like, you know, myself in my schedule and how I've been feeling. I don't feel like I came here at the wrong time, but far as my adventurous spirit, and if I would have came here, let's just say this, if I was doing as much traveling and moving around that I was doing in Japan and Vietnam, I would have probably done everything, like all the highlights, in a week. And that's including going to like a nice place, like a highlighted place that's like maybe a cafe, a place for dinner or lunch, a museum, and or major attraction, and then a day market going into a night market. Because like when I'm out all day, I am out all day, all night. Like I am out, like purchasing, like getting my coffee, be way before 12. I'm at the museum 11 o'clock. I'm going to the day market by maybe 2 or 3. And then the night markets usually start at like 6, maybe 5. I will try to go 6, because usually you got enough people there, and people aren't, even if you got people that are late setting up for a night market, usually they're done setting up by like 6 o'clock, 6:30. And I feel like that's across the bases. But yeah, I think it's just to be able to move around. Like it's not expensive to get a Grab or anything like that, but it's just like, I can't just walk and just explore and just keep on walking and keep on walking and keep on walking. So yeah. Safety, I think the safety is fine. I noticed that they do have a lot of security around here, more than any other place that I've been to. Like there is security everywhere. Like where both of the places that I lived, the all the malls that I've been to, there was like one where they had a whole like shotgun at a jewelry store. But this was like where the twin towers are at, that mall that's attached to it. It was in that mall. So I was like, that wasn't on my bingo card. So so like I've been out a little bit, but I just been, kicking back or whatever. So even like going to the pool and stuff like that, I was like, the pools are nice, but the pools that they have in Bangkok is not, in my opinion, it's like the ones in Bangkok were better, in my personal opinion, like bigger, like more elaborate. Like I feel like Bangkok takes design, just design, and takes it to a whole nother level with everything that they do. Like they just take it there. Like the pool that they had at the first place that I stayed at in Bangkok, great, beautiful. But here in Malaysia, it gives a lot of rooftop vibes. Like they have that too in Bangkok, but I feel like they really do try to home in on a rooftop type of feel. But it's like almost like bare sometimes. Like if the pool isn't made with like seating architecturally like attached, like this part of the design of the pool, like those little like sitting in the water, almost not sitting in the water, like built into the pool. Yeah, like I noticed like those seatings aren't necessarily readily available. Like even the place I'm at now, like all it is just a pool. Like they don't have any lawn, like no lawn tanning chairs or anything like that. So I think it also depends on like the cultural thing, because if you're supposed to always be covered up, I would imagine it's not acceptable to lay down and like have yourself exposed just laying out for people to see you, because the whole courtyard area is, exposed for everybody to like look down at the pool and see the pool and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, I think those are some of the reasons why it's more of a like a cultural thing. And like I'm saying, like it's not necessarily bad. It's just something that how I travel and what I want to do and how I live my slow traveling life, it conflicts with a bit. If you're trying to do a whole thing where you don't walk nowhere, you want good weather, hot weather all the time, tropical weather all the time. Like, yeah, they got the luxuries, they got the places to be, they have like, if you want to get drove everywhere and you don't do bikes and you don't like bikes and stuff like that, like this is the place for you. But I just like to be, like in the elements and stuff like that. So, a little bit of that country coming out of me. But I will say, far as like vegetation and stuff like that, and this is like a main comparison between like Japan and Tokyo and Kuala Lumpur, you get way more greenery, vegetation. Like they love their greenery. Like I have never, since I've been here, I have never felt stifled or like, oh my gosh, it's just like a, like a concrete jungle. There is no nature. Like there's this beautiful river that's like going down, and then there's another river that like connects for the bridge that's like on this other side of the building. So that lusciousness, that greenery, that greenness, absolutely beautiful, amazing, all the things. Like I absolutely, personally for me, I absolutely love that part of Kuala Lumpur. But I feel like the roads are pretty good, pretty decent. I don't think I've ever had a problems like with, I guess, like getting in a whatever and like riding in a car. But yeah, but like I said, there's only so much, and I keep on putting out the disclaimer, it's only so much that I can really say, because I wasn't out and about like I was in Vietnam, especially Japan, or even, I would say Bangkok. Like I did go out like, you know, for dinner and stuff like that. But as far as like a full day of travel, not necessarily. But like I said, I'm trying to, you know, give you guys pieces and maybe things that you want to hear about. But I feel like this is one of those videos where it's like, ask me questions. So I don't know what you guys would want to know about, you know, the situations and stuff like that. As far as delivery, like Grab, anything Grab related is really good here. Anything Grab related, groceries, like getting picked up, all the things. I would have to say like Grab reviews, 5 stars every time. I have never had a problem. Not like I used it in the other countries. This is my first time heavily relying on the Grab app. Because like I said, I'm used to sort of like walking and smoozing and cruising and just to see things, just to get out, you know, and the walkability is, you know, a lot less here. So I do I do the Grabs. Like I feel like this is the closest experience in Southeast Asia to being in America, especially like down south, like America, down South America, just like the overall like structure. They have way more malls than we have. Just everything is based around a mall here, just so you know. It's not necessarily bad, but girl, when I went to go find the place for my nails, how long it took me to get up, wash, wait for my Grab is how long it took me to, when I first walked into the mall, to get my coffee and to walk around the mall several times to find the nail salon. Like different levels, all this stuff. It was, yeah. So great nail salon. It was like JJ Studios or something like that. But as you can see, like I said, it's just so, it's so pretty. But yes, so, and that's another thing, like the cost of nails here. And I do get this is very important, but I do get the gel hardener, or they call it gel builder, or either hardener or builder. I feel like it depends on what shop and also what country you're in, but it's almost like a nail polish, but it's thicker and it's gel, like it's like to make your nails hard. Like hopefully you guys can see, like it got a little bit of like thickness to it. Like my nails will always be very soft and very fine, but can you see it? I don't know why I had it all the way over there, but yeah, beautiful job. But yeah, with that, I'm like, yeah, so with that, for my hands and feet was like $80. So, but they add on way more for the builder gel. So, and then it's also gel fingernail polish too. But if you come in just wanting regular gel fingernail polish, I would say that your stuff will probably be like maybe $40. Maybe, yeah, maybe $40, maybe going into 50. But depending on what shop you go to. But like I said, the nails in Malaysia, I would have to say they're expensive. Just like pretty much like what I spent like in Osaka specifically, in Tokyo, they're a little bit less than the States, but it's like a $10 difference, okay? But at least they don't expect you to tip. That's another thing. But yeah, so that is all I have to, I told you it's gonna be short and sweet. I don't wanna say that something happened, that it didn't happen, and you know, all of the things. So I think that's very important for people in my position to do. Even with that, people are going to have different, you know, opinions. So yeah, I think that is about it. If you go to my descriptions, I do also have my Amazon store that's open. So pretty much it's everything that I have with me that I pack, as far as like tech, um, beauty products, stuff I use for my hair, like the whole shebang. So yeah, so you can check that out. And also, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 6 of Vlogmas. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions, okay?